Hello everyone, welcome to the next video Time and Work Part 2 by THiNC Institute of Design. My name is Jackson. Let's get started. So in Time and Work 1, we discussed about few things. We are continuing the concepts and we are extending those concepts to other questions. So let's get it moving. So look at this question. A can fill a tank in 5 hours, B can fill the tank in 6 hours, and C can empty it in 10 hours. If all the pipes are opened together, in how many hours the tank will be filled? So instead of men working, we have pipes working here. So A can fill a tank in 5 hours, B can fill the tank in 6 hours, and C can empty it in 10 hours. So as usual, we will go for the LCM. So we'll go for a common multiple of, so what is a common multiple of 6, 8 and 10? You can just think of it. So we can actually go for the LCM using a technique. I think most of you might be knowing that. So what we do, we'll write all these numbers like 6, 10 and 8. Sorry, the numbers are 5, 6 and 10. So we'll just write all these numbers first of all. So I'm just writing 5, 6 and 10. Now what will we do? We'll go for a common multiple of all these numbers. So there is we can actually think of multiples of 5, 6 and 10 and then we can go for a common multiple. Instead what you can do, you can actually take a number out. So we can take 2 out from these two. So we'll get 5, 3, 5. Then we can take 5 from these two. So we'll get 1, 3, 1. So that now we can multiply all these numbers together. So what will we get? 2 into 5 into 1 into 3 into 1. Okay, so what will we get? 10 into 3, 30. So 30 is going to be the LCM. So actually this is a way we'll multiply all the numbers in L shape. So that is why that is how we actually find the LCM in a conventional way. Otherwise you can think of multiples of 5, 6 and 10 and we can go for a common multiple. Okay, so we are using the LCM approach here. So we first of all found a common multiple of 5, 6 and 10 and we got 30. We are assuming 30 units as a total work. So A can fill a tank in 5 hours. B can fill the same tank in 6 hours. And C can fill the same tank in 10 hours. So A can fill 30 units in 5 hours. So A can fill how many units per hour? 30 by 5, 6 units per hour. And B can fill 30 by 6, 5 units per hour. And C can fill 30 by 10, 3 units per hour. I believe this is clear for you. So A can fill 6 units per hour, B can fill 5 units per hour, and C can empty 3 units per hour if the total capacity of the tank is 30 units or total work to be done to fill the tank is 30 units. You can take either way. Because A is filling the entire tank in 5 hours. If A fills 30 units in 5 hours, A will be filling 6 units in an hour. If B is filling 30 units in 6 hours, B will be filling 30 by 6, 5 units in an hour. And if C is filling 30 units in 10 hours, C will be emptying, right? So C will be emptying the entire tank in 10 hours. So if 30 units is emptied in 10 hours, so C will empty 30 by 10, 3 units in an hour. Now when all the 3 pipes are opened together, what will happen? A will fill 6 units, B will fill 5 units, but what will happen? C will empty 3 units, right? So effectively what will happen? A will fill 6 units, B will fill 5 units, but C will empty 3. So basically 11 minus 3, 8 units is what is filled in 1 hour, right? So A will fill 6 units, B will fill 5 units and C will empty 3 units in 1 hour if the total work is 30. So if the total work is 30, effectively if all the 3 pipes are opened together, 6 plus 5 minus 3, 8 units is filled in 1 hour, right? So what is the total number of units? 30 units is the total capacity of the tank. If all the 3 pipes are opened together, 8 units is what is filled in 1 hour. So 30 units will be filled in how many hours? 30 by 8. So if A and B and C works together, effectively 8 units is what is filled in 1 hour. So 30 units will be filled in 30 by 8, which is 15 by 4 hours. So 3.75 hours will be the correct answer. So I believe this is clear for you. So in this question also we made use of the LCM approach for solving the question. So let's keep it moving. Let's look at the next question. two pipes A and B can fill a tank in 10 minutes and 12 minutes respectively. Another pipe C can empty the tank in 15 minutes. The first A and B are open. After 5 minutes C is also opened. Then the tank will be filled up in how much minutes is the question. So how can we actually do this? Two pipes A and B can fill the tank in 10 minutes and 12 minutes respectively. Another pipe C can empty it in 15 minutes. Very similar to what we did before, right? So what we do is we'll go for the LCM of 10, 12 and 15. So what is a common multiple of 10, 12 and 15? So we know that multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all these. Multiples of 12 are like 12, 24, 48, 60, and multiples of 15 are like 15, 30, 45, 60. So what is a common multiple? 60 is a common multiple. So as usual, we'll take the common multiple, that is nothing but 60. So we'll assume 60 units as a total work to be done to fill the tank. Now, A can fill 60 units in 10 minutes, right? So if A can fill 60 units in 10 minutes, A can fill 6 units per minute. Now B can fill 60 units in 12 minutes. So B can fill 60 by 12, 5 units per minute. And C can empty the entire 60 units in 15 minutes. So C can empty 60 by 15, 4 units per minute. So A can fill how many units? 6 units in a minute. B can fill 5 units in a minute, and C will empty 4 units in a minute if the total capacity of the tank is 60 units. Now what are we doing? For the first 5 minutes, is C open? No. After 5 minutes, C is open. So that means for the first 5 minutes, only A and B are working. So if A and B are working, they can together fill 11 units in a minute. So in the first minute, A and B are working together. In the next minute also, A and B are working together. So again 11 units will be done. In the next minute also, A and B are working together. Again 11 units is done. In the next minute also, A and B are working together. So again 11 units is done. In the next minute also, A and B are working together. So what happened? Again 11 units is filled. So what is the total capacity? It is 60 units. So in the first minute, A and B are working together. Next minute, A and B are working together. Next minute also, A and B are working together. Next minute also, A and B are working together. Next minute also, A and B are working together. So what happened after the first 5 minutes? 55 units is done, right? So out of 60, 55 is already done. So how much is pending? 60 minus 55. Now after the first 5 minutes, only 5 units is what is pending. So the pending is only 5 units now. I think this is clear. Because already A and B are working together on the first minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute and the fifth minute. Because only after 5 minutes C is open. So for the first 5 minutes, only A and B are working. So they will fill 6 plus 5, 11 units in a minute. So already 55 units is done in already the first 5 minutes. So 55 is done, only 5 units is what is left over. So out of 60, 55 is done, so 5 units is left over. So what happens in the next minute? A, B and C all are working, right? All 3 pipes are working now. So A and B will fill 6 plus 5, 11, but C will empty 4. So 11 minus 4, what is that? So 7 units is what is now filled in the next minute. But now we know that only 5 units is pending. So next minute, if all the 3 pipes are working, they can fill 7 units. But how much is to be done? The only pending is 5 units. But they can fill 7 units in a minute. So for doing 5 units, they need only 5 by 7 more minutes. So now in the next minute, what happens? A, B, C, all the 3 pipes are open. If all the 3 pipes are open, they can effectively fill 7 units. But only 5 units is pending. For filling the 5 units, they need what is pending by what they are capable of doing in a minute. So the full next 1 minute is not required, because if they work for extra 1 minute, 7 more units is filled, but only 5 units is what is pending. So if they are capable of doing 7 units in a minute, for filling 5 units, they need only 5 by 7 more minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes plus 5 by 7 more minutes. So 5 and 5 by 7 minutes is the correct answer. Now, as I discussed in the last video, we are using the same approach when a question variety comes, like A is working in the first hour, B is working in the next hour, again A is working, again B is working. Likewise, if they work on alternate hours, in how many hours the work is finished, or A and B are working together for some hours and one person left, in how many hours the work will be finished. We'll use the same approach in that case also. So let's see how we can actually make use of it. Okay, so let's say the question is like this. We are actually connecting the same concept to questions like those. So this is a question. A can finish a work in 6 hours. B can finish the same work in 8 hours. Now, if A and B are working on alternate hours, in how many hours the work will be finished? So we are going to do the question using the same approach. So what are we doing? We are going for a common multiple of 6 and 8. That is 24, we already know. So 24 units is the total work. So if 24 units is the total work and if A took 6 hours to do the entire work, the contribution of A in 1 hour will be 24 by 6, 4 units per hour. And contribution of B in 1 hour will be 24 by 8, 3 units per hour. Now, how are they working? They are working on alternate hours. So, on the first hour, A will do 4 units. Next hour, B will do 3 units. Next hour, A will do 4. Next hour, B will do 3. So, in that way, they are working on alternate hours, right? So, like 4, 3, 4, 3, like that. So, whenever 24 units is done, the work will be finished. So, already in the first hour, A is working. Now, they are working on alternate hours. So, on the first hour, A will do 3 units. Then B will do 4 units. Then B will do 3. Then 4, then 3, then 4, then 3. Now 7 plus 7 plus 7, 21 units is already done. So out of 24, 21 units is already done. So how much is pending? 24 minus 21, that is 3 units is what is pending. Now who is working the next day? A is working the next day. A will do how many units? 4 units in an hour. So for doing 3 units, A need 3 by 4 more hours. So in how many hours the work is completely finished? On the first hour, A is working. Next hour, B is working. Next hour, A is working. Next hour, B is working. So likewise, they are working on alternate hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the first 6 hours, 21 units is already done. Now only 3 more units to go. So next hour, if A is working that hour in full, then 4 more units will be done and 21 plus 4, 25 units will be done. But we need to do only 24 units. So already 21 is done in the first 7 hours. So now we know that only 3 more units to go. Now the next hour A is working. A can do 4 units in an hour. For doing 3 units, A need only 3 by 4 more hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 hours gone already. 21 units done. So out of 24, 21 units is done in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, right? So 6 hours already gone, 21 units done. So 6 hours gone, 21 units done. Now 3 more units is left over. Next hour A will do 4 units. So for doing 3 units, I need 3 by 4 more hours. So 6 and 3 by 4 hours is the correct answer. This is how we make use of the LCM approach in questions like this. Now let's see how we can make use of the same approach in a question where A and B are working together for some time and one person left. In how many hours the entire work will be done? We are moving on to a question like that. We are using the same approach. So A can finish a work in 6 hours. B can finish the same work in 8 hours. Now how are they working? They are working together in the first hour. In the next hour also they are working together. So after the first 2 hours, what happened? B left the job. So now from the third hour onwards, who is working? Only A is working. If only A is working from the third hour onwards, in how many hours the work will be finished is the question. So what will we do? We'll go for the LCM of these two. So we'll assume 24 units as the total work. So if A can do 24 units in 6 hours, A can do 24 by 6, 4 units per hour, and B can do 24 by 8, 3 units per hour. Now if they work together, they can do 4 plus 3, 7 units in an hour. So in the first hour, A and B are working together, so they will do 7 units. Next hour also A and B are working together, they will do 7 units. Now from the third hour onwards, only A is working. So if only A is working, A will do 4 units in an hour. So next hour A will do 4, next hour A will do 4, next hour A will do 4. In that way he is working, right? So in the first 2 hours, already 14 is done. Now 14 plus 4, 28 is done, right? So 14 plus 4, 18 is done. 18 plus 4, 22 is done. Now, how much is done? 14 plus 4, 18 plus 4, 22. But 22 plus 4 is 26. But that much units is not needed. Only 24 units is what we need. So what will we do? We'll stop here. So we'll stop here. So A and B together will do 7 units. Next hour also A and B are working together, so we'll do 7 units. From the third hour onwards, only A is working. So B left the job. So A will do 4 more. Again A will do 4 more. Now how much is done? 14 plus 4, 18 plus 4, 22 units is done. So already how many hours is gone? 1, 2, 3, 4 hours gone, right? So 4 hours gone. How many units done? 22 units done. How much is pending? 24 minus 22. That is 2 units is what is pending. Now who is working the next hour? Again A is working. A can do 4 units in an hour. For doing the remaining 2 units, A need 2 by 4 more hours. So 4 and 1 by 2 hours is the correct answer. So 4 and 1 by 2 hours is the correct answer. I think this is completely fine for you. So I will just repeat the question again. A can finish a work in 6 hours, B can finish the work in 8 hours. Now how are they working? They are working together in the first hour, they are working together in the second hour. But from the third hour onwards, A left. Now only B left. Now only A is working. So in the first hour, A and B together will do 7 units. Next hour also A and B together will do 7 units. From the next hour onwards, only A is working. So A will do 4 units like that. So in the first hour, A will do 7. Next hour also A will do 7. So 7 plus 7, 14 is done. Next hour A will do 4 more. So 18 is done. Next hour also A will do 4 more. So 22 is done. Now already out of 24, 22 is done. Now only 2 more units is left over. Next hour. On the 5th hour, A can do 4 units, but only 2 more units to be done. So A can do 2 units in 2 by 4 more hours. So 4 hours and 2 by 4 hours means 4 and 1 by 2 hours is the correct answer. I believe this is completely fine for you. Okay, let's get moving. So whenever a question comes like this with some alterations, we can make use of the same concept. So if the question is like A can finish a work in A hours and B can finish the work in B hours, they can together finish the work in how many hours? We'll blindly go ahead with the formula A into B by A plus B. But if the question is like if they work on alternate hours, or if the question is like if they work together for some hours and one person left, how many more hours can other person do the remaining work, or in how many hours the entire work is done? In all such kind of questions, we'll use the same approach what we did. And we also did questions instead of people working, we have pipes working. So if a pipe is emptying, that means that much units is emptied per hour. We have to find out how many units will be filled if empty pipe is also working, or if an empty pipe is not working. So in that way, using the LCM approach, assuming LCM as a total work, we can do all these kind of questions. So I believe this much is clear for you. So next is the concept of efficiency. So what is the concept of efficiency? A is 3 times more efficient than B. What is the meaning of that? A is 3 times more efficient than B. What is the meaning of that? That means A can do 3 times more work than B, right? Now, how can we convert this in terms of days? A is 3 times more efficient than B means, how can we convert this in terms of days? Okay, let's see how we can do this. So, A is 3 times more efficient than B. What is the meaning of that? A can do 3 times more work compared to B, right? Now, when we convert it into days, if B takes X days, A takes only how many days? A do 3 times more work compared to B, right? If B takes X days, A takes only X by 3 days. Or if B takes 3X days, A takes only how many days? 1/3 of the time which B takes to finish the work. So A takes only X days. So if A is 3 times more efficient than B, if B takes 3X days, A takes only X days. So immediately you have to convert this in terms of days. So if B takes 3X days, A takes only X days. So if A is 3 times more efficient than B, B takes X days, A takes only X by 3 days. So instead of doing this, if you do like this, then it will be easy for us to calculate. So if I say A is 4 times more efficient than B, what is the meaning? If B takes 4x days, A takes only x days. If A is 5 times more efficient than B, the meaning is if B takes 5x days, A takes only x days. So likewise, we have to convert this in terms of days. Okay, so now let's see how we can actually do this question. So A is thrice as good as B and can finish the work in 10 days less than B. So A is thrice as good as B. That means if A takes 3x days, who is thrice as good as B? A is thrice as good as B. That means if B takes 3x days, A takes only x days, right? So we converted efficiency in terms of days. A is thrice as efficient as B. That means if B takes 3x days, A takes only x days. Now what is the question saying? A is thrice as good as B and can finish the work in 10 days less than B. So time taken by A to finish the work, that is x, is 10 less than the time taken by B to finish the work. So x is 3x minus 10, right? So from there we can solve the value of x. So x goes to this side, 10 goes to this side. So 10 equals 3x minus x, that is 2x. So x is equal to 10 by 2, which is 5. So what is the meaning of this? A takes 5 days to finish the work and B takes 3 into 5, 15 days to finish the same work, right? So I'll repeat this again. A is thrice as good as B. That means if A takes x days, B takes 3x days. And x is 3x minus 10 because the time taken by A to finish the work is 10 days less than time taken by B. So x is 3x minus 10. So we got x as 5. So A takes 5 days and B takes 15 days. Now what is the question? If A and B are working together, in how many days the work will be finished is the question. So we'll use the formula, direct formula, A into B by A plus B. Right? Now it is a plain question. So A can finish the work in 5 days, B can finish the work in 15 days. Now the question is if A and B are working together, in how many days the work will be finished? We'll directly use the formula A into B by A plus B. So what will we do? We'll do 5 into 15 by 5 plus 15, which is 20. So we'll directly get 15 by 4 days. So 15 by 4 days is the correct answer. So we'll get 3.75 days. I believe this is completely fine for you. Now let me just give you one more example so that it is fine. So let's say A is 4 times as good as B and can finish the work in 9 days less than B. So I'm just changing the question. So let's see how we can actually do this. So A is, instead of thrice, I'm making it 4 times as good as B and can finish the work in 9 days less than B. So if A is 4 times as good as B, the meaning is if A takes 4x days, B takes only, who is more efficient? A is more efficient. So that means if B takes 4x days, A takes only x days, right? So if A is 4 times more efficient than B, that means if B takes 4x days, A takes only x days. Now A can finish the work in 9 days less than B. So x is nothing but 4x minus 9. So what will we get? 3x equals 9. So x is equal to 3. So if A takes 3 days, B takes 4 into 3, 12 days. Now what is the question? If A and B are working together, in how many days the work will be finished? So we'll go for the formula A into B by A plus B. So what will we do? 3 into, so we got this as 3 and this as 12. So A can finish the work in 3 days, B can finish the work in 12 days. We figured it out. Now if they work together, they can finish the work in A into B by A plus B days. So which is nothing but 3 into 12 by 3 plus 12, which is 15. So we'll get nothing but 12 by 5 days. So 12 by 5 days is the correct answer. So 12 by 5 means 5 into 2 is 10, then 24. So 2.4 days will be the correct answer. So this is how we can make use of the questions, make use of the concepts based on efficiency in the questions like this. So now we are moving on to the last type. So 10 men and 12 children can complete a piece of work in 10 days. Now a child takes thrice the time taken by a man to complete the work. The time taken by 12 men to finish the same work is a question. So 10 men and 12 children can complete a piece of work in 10 days. A child takes thrice the time taken by a man to complete the work. The time taken by 12 men to finish the same work is a question. So guys, what is this question all about? There is a group of people working, right? So 10 men and 12 children can complete a piece of work in 10 days. A child takes thrice the time taken by a man. What is the meaning of that? That means if I send one child, he will take thrice the time taken by a man. So instead of one man, I have to send how much children? I have to send 3 children, right? Because a child takes thrice the time taken by a man. For example, if a man is doing 30 units in a day, a child will take 3 days, thrice the time. So if a man in one day will do 30 units, a child in one day do only 10 units because child takes 3 days to do 30 units. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 will be 30. Now to replace the work done by a man, I have to send how much children? I have to send 3 children, right? So if a man in one day will do 30 units, a child will take 3 days to do the same work. A child takes thrice the time taken by a man. That means a child will take 3 days to do the same 30 units. So a child will do it like 10, 10, 10 only, right? So in one day, child can do only 10 units. So to replace the work which a man do, we have to send 3 children for the same. So one man is equivalent to how much children? 3 children. That is what we actually conclude from this. A child takes thrice the time taken by a man. So that means one man is equivalent to 3 children. I believe that is the only thing we have to figure out, or we have to conclude from the question. Because a child takes thrice the time taken by a man. I'll repeat that one more time. A man do 30 units in one day. So a child will take 3 days to do 30 units. That means a child can contribute only 10 units in one day. So to replace the work which one man do, 30 units, I have to send 3 children because one child will do 10 units, so 3 children will do 30 units. So to replace the work which one man do, I have to send 3 children, right? So one man is equivalent to 3 children. Now, 10 men plus 12 children can finish a work in 10 days. So 3 children is equivalent to one man. So 12 children is equivalent to how much men? So we have 12 children here, right? So 12 children is equal to how much men? So we have to do 3 into 4 to get 12. So likewise we have to do 1 into 4. So 1 into 4, 4 men, right? So 12 children is equal to how much men? 4 men. So now what is the question saying? 10 men and 12 children can finish a work in 10 days. So we know that 12 children is equal to 4 men. So 10 men plus 12 children can be written as 4 men. So plus 4 men can finish a work in 10 days. We can actually like reduce it like this, because 12 children is equal to 4 men. So 10 men plus 4 men can finish a work in 10 days. That means 14 men can finish a work in 10 days. Now what is the question? 12 men will take how many days to do the same work? So 12 men will take how many days is the question. So we'll use the same formula. What formula? The first formula we studied. What is that formula? M1 D1 equals M2 D2. So now we reduced it into this. So 14 men can finish a work in 10 days. 12 men can do the same work in how many days? So we'll use the equation M1 D1 equals M2 D2. So 14 into 10 equals 12 into D2. So what will be D2? We can actually cut this off. This is 7 and this is 6. This is 3 and this is 5. So D2 is nothing but 35 by 3, which is nothing but 11.66 days. That means if 12 men is working, they can finish the same work in 11.66 days. So I'll just quickly explain this one more time. So we know that one man is equal to 3 children because a child takes thrice the time taken by a man. So to replace one man, we have to send 3 children. So one man is equal to 3 children means 12 children is equal to 3 into 4 is 12. So we have to do 1 into 4, 4 men. So 12 children is equal to 4 men. So 10 men plus 4 men means 12 children is equal to 4 men, right? So 10 men plus 12 children means 14 men, because 12 children is equal to 4 men. So 10 men plus 12 children means 10 men plus 4 men, which is 14 men can finish a work in 10 days. Now 12 men can do the same work in how many days is the question. So we can use the formula M1 D1 equals M2 D2. So 14 into 10 equals 12 into D2. So we can actually find the value of D2 from there. So 11.66 will be the correct answer. So basically what we discussed today is the extension of what we discussed in the previous video. We actually discussed in detail how we can make use of the LCM approach if there is a variety in the question. Like if A and B are working together for some days, and if one person left, in how many days the remaining work can be done by the other person, or in how many days the work will be finished, or if they work on alternate days, in how many days the work will be finished, or instead of people working, if your pi is working, how we can actually consider the work which they do in a day or an hour. or if there is an empty pipe, we have to consider that much units is emptied by that pipe in that unit of time. So these are the things which we discussed. Apart from that, we discussed about efficiency. If A is 3 times more efficient than B, what is the meaning? That means if B takes 3x days, A takes only x days. So in that way, we can actually interpret the efficiency in terms of days, and we can actually conclude and do some questions. And apart from that, we did another type of question at the end where we have a group of people working together. So this much is what we discussed in this video. So I believe all of you understood what we discussed. We can actually continue this. You have to actually look at these concepts, and you have to practice more and more questions. So we are winding it up for the day. So I hope you understood all the concepts. Thank you so much for the time. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.